1974 Volkswagen and its fifth wheel travel trailer.
Good? Center?
Move it to your left.
Big roll of balls here.
No, not the
Better.
left. Wouldn't that be your right? To your left. Yes, fine.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
We live?
Kind of cool.
That's wild. The phone is tipped forward quite a bit.
Tip it back.
Tipping photos.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Alrighty.
What is that glare? There. That's weird. It's on both of us.
Yeah. Angelic.
Do we want to do it anyway?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Preludes Podcast. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Anthony.
And we are two biological males.
What was the last word you said?
Hey, welcome to the Preludes Podcast. I'm Taylor.
I'm Anthony.
And we are two biological males pursuing a passion to start a business, a tattoo shop.
Like a regular Venus and Serena.
We've never done any of the things involved in launching a business, from meeting with business tycoons to changing our realtor from commercial to residential to rebuilding our whole business plan from the ground up. But we're going to give it a go. What have you done?
My first job, I made pizza. And you know the crazy thing? I also made pizza at my last job.
Yeah, that is crazy. That is unbelievable. On my end, I mine crypto. I rent cars. I pick up the
Craft
phone.
beer, buy drones.
I don't
Yeah.
even like beer. I'd like to have a drone though. None of those things involve launching a business. But here we go anyway. Every week for the next
50 weeks now.
50 weeks, we're going to bring you guys along for the voyage, let you know where we succeeded, where we failed, and what we're aiming for in the coming weeks. And on that note, let's start with the big bucket of failure. Not really,
Not a
but
failure.
throw out every goal pretty much from every week and start from the beginning. So we had a very important meeting with a business tycoon, and what happened?
He enlightened us as to why we would not make it in the tattoo business as it currently stands. We had to raise the chalkboard.
Yeah. First of all, why did this guy get a seat at the table?
Well, he's worth a cool 30 mil.
We're going to listen to him. He's got about 30 million more than each of us, so we're going to give him our ear. Secondly, does he have a dog in the fight?
No, he's not an investor. He just happens to be an acquaintance. He overheard me talking about the shop. He kind of took a little bit of interest and decided to give us some veteran insight.
He literally just wants to see us succeed, so he decided to point out every area that we were potentially going to fail in,
Bound
which was
to fail.
all of them.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. What was your takeaway? What did you learn?
Sure. I mean, besides him kind of doing this interesting thing where he sat us down and said, now let's run through every scenario where you get to a point of failure, and then we're going to back it up and we're going to try again and get you further along to the next point of failure. So it was like he was not saying that you had to be a prophet to make it fireproof, that basically you've got to really think about what you guys are doing, and here's, let me tell you what you guys are doing. Neither of you are doing tattoos.
Yeah, this guy's done it. He's been there. He's failed. And he'll tell you, if you're running a burger shop and you don't know how to flip burgers, when your burger flipper doesn't show up, you're screwed, right?
If you don't know how to flip burgers.
If you can't do that,
Right.
you don't have money coming in. You don't have a business.
Yeah, he mentioned 5 sources of income, and I think the point wasn't so much that it had to be exactly 5, it's that you've got to have a backup for the backup for the backup with your income.
Multiple revenue streams.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. He mentioned a lot of things, honestly. So much that I did something I don't normally do. I took notes, right? This guy covered branding, cash flow, driving business, core values, mission statement. Everything. What was your numero uno takeaway?
Branding. I think
Yeah.
that was his main point too, was the branding thing. And
Define branding, because when I think of branding, I think of billboards and the name, but that's not really the branding he was talking about.
Branding would basically be when somebody sees your logo, your insignia, your symbol, what does it make them feel?
Yeah, how does a customer feel when they think or see you, and then how does staff feel
Yeah.
when they go to work?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
You're right. And we had a very clear vision. We said, let's follow that. That will be our filter. We want to be, you're walking into grandma's house, getting a tattoo.
Yeah, we said grandma's house, but didn't make the connection. He was like, this is a weird thing. When we're sitting with him and he was telling us like, well, I know that. But then I thought about it. I was like, oh, but I didn't know that. Like, I knew I wasn't a tattoo artist, but then I realized how important it was.
And we knew we weren't looking for grandma's house by going the commercial route.
If it's gonna be grandma's house, we need a house.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
we slid from commercial to residential.
We fired our commercial real estate agent and hired a residential real estate agent.
Yeah, basically. Because we want to get a house.
Yeah.
We want a house now. And this lines up with my original pipe dream. Now, the tattoo shop, as we talked about in the first episode, was born out of a frustration with walking into a tattoo shop, and it was born out of a love for art. But that's not where my experience and my expertise is. I love doing photography, videography. I had this pipe dream a long time ago, and it even has a name and a brand itself. We don't know if we can use it yet because we got to file the LLC.
We'll figure that out. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But basically, the house gets converted into a production studio. Every room in that house is dedicated to a different part of the storytelling process. The mediums will be film, maybe music. That's my original passion.
So I think that the vision remains. The focus is clearer than ever, and the dream is actually bigger, even though the house may be smaller now. My takeaway was scalability, right? We know where we want to end, but we don't need to start there because that's a great way to lose money. We start with a big property, room enough for all 6 artists. We won't make it there.
Yeah.
We will bleed money and never get where we want to go. Are we still Preludes?
Yes.
Yes. Are we still going to offer tattoos?
Yes.
Has our timeline changed that much?
Not much.
Not much. But we may be something bigger now. Could be Preludes Art, Preludes Production. We don't know. We know that we've got some work to do.
Yeah, we know the location's changing, and we know that the building is changing.
Yeah,
We took a little.
Get ready,
little
South
jaunt.
Dallas.
We got a little jaunt down Bishop's Arch the day we met with the attorney, and we walked by a whole line of houses that had been converted from houses into coffee shops, bookstores, things like that. I love the aesthetic. I thought this would be great to do this.
In Oak Cliff.
Now I think that is exactly what we're going to do. Now, understand that we really feel like we're back to week 1 because we're in a branding phase now, which we didn't know we were supposed to go through a branding phase. And if this guy told us 4 weeks ago, actually what you guys need to do is slow down, do the branding, we would have been like, yeah, screw you, we're going to do it our way. But
we knew that branding was essential, but we didn't realize it was actually step 1 and like 2 and 3, right? Like we didn't know you start with branding. I think we started with business plan.
Sure. And again, this is his vantage point. His vantage point is from a place of success. And we talked last week about listening to advice. How do you listen to your instincts versus your advice?
We're following our gut 100% here.
Well, my instinct tells me his advice was good.
Yeah, we very much agreed.
Yeah.
So some concrete goals for next week.
Mm-hmm.
Big one.
Well,
we need a
I'm
house. Can you help us get there?
And I can get a VA home loan, so I got to apply for a VA home loan.
Thanks for taking care of that. I'll work on the LLC stuff. Probably going to need a couple of them now, right?
2.
Yep. And we'll see you guys in Oak Cliff until every tramp has been stamped.
I actually love that.
Until every tramp has been stamped.
Finally have an outro.
Until every tramp has been stamped.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm very happy with that outro.
Don't use it.